Stephen Colbert vs. Karoline Leavitt, the full interview breakdown and why it matters. Stephen Colbert thought he was in control, until Karoline Leavitt flipped the script right in front of a live audience. You won't believe what happened next, and why everyone's still talking about it. Let's dive into this explosive interview showdown. It started as a typical late-night interview. Stephen Colbert, the seasoned comic host known for his razor-sharp satire, sitting across from Karoline Leavitt, the bold and unapologetic political figure whose rise has been nothing short of meteoric. But what unfolded next wasn't just another exchange of words, it was a televised battle of wit, power, and ideology that left the internet ablaze. Act 1. The calm before the storm. When Karoline Leavitt walked onto the set, the audience didn't quite know what to expect. Colbert, famous for his disarming humor, greeted her warmly, but even in those first few seconds, there was tension. Leavitt's smile was poised, but her eyes said she came prepared for more than jokes. The conversation began mildly, discussions on policy, youth engagement, and media bias. But the moment Colbert tried to steer the conversation toward Trump controversies, Karoline didn't flinch. Instead, she leaned forward and said with perfect calmness, "Stephen, I know where you're going with that, but let's talk about what your audience isn't being told." That's when the crowd collectively held its breath. Act 2. The clash that broke the script. Colbert, ever the professional provocateur, pushed back with his signature smirk. But Leavitt wasn't having it. She fired off a sharp response, flipping one of Colbert's talking points into a critique of mainstream media, right there on his own stage. The audience didn't know whether to cheer or gasp. Some clapped, some booed, but one thing was clear: Karoline Leavitt had just taken control of the narrative. Behind the scenes, producers were reportedly scrambling. Colbert's team tried to cut to commercial, but Karoline's words, crisp, confident, and unfiltered, had already made their mark. By the time they returned, Colbert's tone had shifted from playful to defensive. It was no longer a comedy interview. It was a live debate. Act 3. The aftershock. Social media erupted within minutes. Clips of the exchange flooded X, formerly Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. Some hailed Leavitt as fearless, while others accused her of grandstanding. But regardless of where you stood, everyone agreed, this was the viral moment of the week. Analysts called it a masterclass in composure. Commentators on both sides dissected every word, every expression. Even rival late-night hosts weighed in, some praising Colbert's attempt to regain control, others noting that Leavitt played the audience like a pro. In the end, it wasn't just about politics, it was about performance. Two strong personalities, one stage, and a nation watching in real time as authenticity battled entertainment. Act 4. Why it matters. This wasn't just a viral clip, it was a cultural snapshot. In an age where interviews are often safe and scripted, this clash reminded everyone what live television can still be: unpredictable, electric, and utterly captivating. Karoline Leavitt proved she can handle the heat, and Colbert, to his credit, proved he's still one of TV's sharpest minds, even when the tables turn. The exchange symbolized something bigger, a new era where the guests aren't afraid to question the hosts, and where audiences crave raw moments over rehearsed lines. And there you have it, Stephen Colbert vs. Karoline Leavitt, a clash for the ages. Was Karoline out of line, or did she just expose a side of late-night TV we weren't supposed to see? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe, because this story isn't over yet.